Yo, 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 what up, man? It's your boy Leaf Dig. Welcome to another episode of Leaf is the League. This is episode number 45, man. Appreciate everybody showing up to the podcast, everybody showing up to the panel, everybody showing up, man. Hit the like, share, subscribe button on your way in and out the door. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I'm not even on the CPU right now. I'm trying to get the CPU loaded up. And yeah, so I'm trying to. It's a bunch of shit I'm trying to do, but I will do an episode today, man. Just first up on the news, Josh Giddey is $100 million man now. He just got 4 years, $100 million from the Chicago Bulls on new extension for the season, man, and everything, man. Shout out to Herb K. W show W go, yeah, definitely, man. Shout out, man. It's been a minute, but Josh Giddey, he got paid, man. For you, I think that was a very very solid move for the Chicago Bulls. I thought they was gonna mess around and blow the dope again. Um, didn't know if they wanted to how they wanted to do. They're definitely known to be a cheap ass franchise, but they definitely saved served quite correctly this time around. So 4 years, $100 million for Josh Giddey. That would make him $25 million a year. He was one of the restricted eight free agents that continuously was basically going through the motion, going through all the things he was going through this past month. These past couple of months since free agency started. Um, Want to give a shout out to the Chicago Bulls front office for doing the right thing this time around, man, and not being cheap. Josh Giddey, he came off the All Star break. If I'm not mistaken, he was averaging 21, 11, and 9. Coming from the All Star break all the way to the end of the season for the Chicago Bulls. He was playing great basketball. The percentages went up, man. The free go, all the shooting percentages were up. All of the assist turnover ratio percentages were up, well, definitely up. We're at a low rebounding very well. Good 6'8", 6'9" point guard, or point forward, however you want to call it. He's been a definite addition for Kobe White, and this leaves the Chicago Bulls right under the first apron. This leaves them right under the first apron, so they're able to just do what they needed to do to get through the season. Now, the issue is what are they going to do with Kobe White? What are they going to do with other guys? Guys like Vucevic, who they have coming back for one season. They apparently they may have Matas Bazalas starting at the 4 or 3. Noah's saying it was one of their draft picks. They may have him starting soon. So we just got to see. But Josh Giddey is definitely a new money man now. So that basically leaves Jonathan Kaminga. Jonathan Kaminga, sources say that he may be signing a qualifying offer. And the qualifying offer may be the same as what Cam Thomas got at his qualifying offer. Don't know if the Warriors intend to actually play him or actually continue to play him. They was benching him for a while these past couple of years. It was talks about how he couldn't play in the system. He wasn't working with the system, and when the Warriors say you can't play in the system, that basically means that you don't know how to play with Steph. You're not playing well enough around Steph, because that's basically the system. The system is basically Steph, especially now, because there's no more Klay Thompson. There's no more Jordan Poole. They got rid of a lot of guys. There's no more Kevin Durant. There's no more Andre Iguodala. There's no more Sean Livingston. The system is basically Steph. So that's basically what they mean now. So Kaminga was looking to get $30 million a year. There were sources out there that said the Phoenix Suns had offered 4 years, 90 mil, or some sort of like that, man. I'm hearing sources saying that the Chicago Bulls was another team that may throw their name up in the hat, but they a little bit away from the first apron. So I don't think Chicago is going to go all in just to get over the first apron and possibly for a core. You know what I'm saying? So that would basically put Kaminga, Giddy, Bazalis, Kobe White, other guys, and they'll have to fill out the rest of the roster spots somehow, some way, with other upcoming free agents like Vucevic and so many other players on that team. So realistically, I don't really know what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% sure what they're gonna do or how they're gonna do things and everything. So we just gotta see. We just really, really, really gotta see. So which brings me to another situation. It's kind of funny now I'm bringing this up, but I'm hearing that Quentin Grimes may sign a short term contract with the Philadelphia 76ers, the Philadelphia 76ers. They still have a lot of big contracts on paper, of course. They still got Joel Embiid, they got some Paul George, they got Maxey. Um, I'm hearing that Quentin Grimes may sign a qualifying offer of his own to stay with the Philadelphia 76ers. Qualifying offer may be a little bit at maybe like $5 to $6 million a year for the year, and he may go into free agency next year. So the free agency market next year is looking like the market that these players want to test. So Josh Giddey is the lone warrior right now in the only long term contract in this offseason. But I'm telling a lot of people out there and a lot of Nets fans out there um that Cam Thomas may be a part of a ride that doesn't really include him. You know what I'm saying? So because when you hear quality and Jonathan Kaminga may be a part of that same ride that just doesn't include him right now. So I feel like the only team the both teams could definitely use those players, especially going forward in the future. And they play the Warriors. They definitely need to prepare for the end of days when Steph Curry finally hangs it up. But they don't really plan on doing that because they're making a lot of money with Steph on the court still. And they're still making some type of noise with Steph on the court, but realistically they're not because they needed a Jimmy Butler trade to help them nudge them into the playoffs. So realistically, they're not nudging their way into anything. So but it is going to be interesting to see how well stuff goes on and how long stuff goes on for the remainder of this offseason, especially with particular players. Russell Westbrook is still a free agent from what I hear. Ben Simmons, who I don't believe should get another damn penny out of this league, he's still a free agent and kind of and quote unquote because he wants to be or some shit like that. But everybody knows, bro. That's no, no. So, um, yeah, but I can honestly tell you, realistically, man, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot to unfold as situations go further. You know what I'm saying? So with this free agent and free agency and everything, man, it's a lot to unfold. It's a lot to fall back on, So we really realistically gonna see, what's what with the rest of these free agents and how things are really, really realistically gonna pan out. With the restricted free agency because this is probably the only time in history that restricted free agency is basically kind of at a somewhat at a loop to where a lot of guys don't really have a market. You know what I'm saying? So we really really have to see how well this thing is going to work out and what's going to work out with this thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see how everything unfolds. It really, really is going to be interesting to see how everything really, really unfolds. So like I said, man, it's a it's it's to no fault to nobody's own, man. But a lot of these guys may possibly end up on other teams, and that possibly includes Cam Thomas. But Josh Giddey is the lone warrior in this whole fiasco, in this whole thing going forward. You know what I'm saying? So we really, really got to see what else can pan out, because it really doesn't seem like free agency is the way to go right now, especially with all these big contracts being tied in. This is really something for guys that know their role players. I think that that are great role players and that know they are role players, and that they're basically screaming at Jonathan Kuminga, Cam Thomas, and Quentin Grimes to basically say, "Hey, you guys need to know your damn role, get in line, and shut your damn mouth. You guys are raw." This is basically like this free agency to me is basically screaming at players like that, telling them, "You're not who you think you are, and you're not who your fans think you are." So realistically, um, yeah. So I wanted to I'm gonna drop the link in a few actually, because I really, really wanted to see how well this offseason is gonna pan out for the future of the Brooklyn Nets team, and how well this future is gonna pan out for the young restricted free agents. You know what I'm saying? So we really, really, have to put like a brainchild together and really see if that could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? So like, one hand basically washed the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, man, it's just whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So this is a couple of young teams. Now I was talking last night to some of the Nets faithful. Some of the Nets faithful last night I was talking to, man, and we was basically asking I was basically asking what teams should Cam Thomas consider this, that, and third. I personally think that Cam Thomas is going to be put in a situation where he has no choice but to bend the knee and understand that he is about to be a glorified role player. He is about to be a glorified six man in this league, and I don't think anything is wrong with that. Now, there's some few people that believes that Cam Thomas should be a starter on some teams. Some teams. The key word here is some teams. That's the key word here. Some teams. We don't know how many teams. We just know it's some teams. That's what we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see how this all pans out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I personally think that Michael Porter Jr. is right now for the Nets is getting the bulk of the media, and getting the bulk of everything that's going on in Nets media in terms of off the court stuff. And Cam Thomas, I don't know, like it's just basically what my man PT was saying yesterday was PR, and it was bad PR, so I'm not gonna be too long. I'm gonna try to stay another maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I'm gonna see if I can get some guys in here to talk more about this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel. Shout out to everybody that will subscribe to the channel. All 310 of y'all right now. And looking Very, very forward to more. But the Green Bay Packers. That's right. I said it. The Green Bay Packers. My Green Bay Packers. They have dominated and they have been, quote, said the best team to play in week one. The most impressive team to play in week one. That defense is arguably one of the best defenses I've seen from us in a long, long time. In a very, very long time. I was highly impressed with what happened. Got after Jared Goff early. We managed to sustain and neutralize their backfield of Gibbs and Montgomery, and we was able to basically get ourselves a nice double digit win, 27-13, and Matt LaFleur, along with Jordan Love and along with Josh Jacobs and along with the wide receivers and along with Kraft, who's probably going to be a good solid tight end this year. I personally believe that this team is on to something. It's a nice young team. Michael Parsons is complimenting the defensive players properly, and yeah, we gonna continue to make some noise. Irv K, he said, Leaf, are you streaming Thursday night football? I should, because I will be getting off at work at 6 p.m. Central Time, so I may be able to do Monday night football. Excuse me, Thursday night football, because that will be the game that we will be playing against Washington. So I think we did what we needed to do this past Sunday because of the game against Washington. We needed to hurry up and get Detroit up out of there. We did, and now we play arguably the best quarterback in the NFC East, and that is Jaden Daniels, coming off the season that he came off of, and basically a gimme game versus the Giants. We really got to see how good our defense is, man. We really, really gonna see how good our defense is, but yeah, Josh Giddey, $100 million man now. Um, Basically, my question really is what does this mean for Kuminga? What does this really say about Kuminga? What does this really say about Cam Thomas? Like, to me, that's realistically, to me, what it really says. I mean, because we get to a point where we value a certain amount of dollars instead of valuing a spot in the league to where we know we're going to get our shot, and players will know they're going to get their shot and go out there and prove in that spot and prove how good they can be. Because I believe that a lot of these players on these free agencies, these restricted free agents, a lot of them are not who as good as they think they are. But if they find out how good they really are and what they value is in the league, then they'll get paid. They'll get their money, and we won't have this nonsense. But we do. Yeah, my bad, man. I had to make a run real quick, but I need to know something, man. I really need to know something about this deal and what it means, man. I really need to know. So I'm gonna try to get some people up in here to talk more about this deal because I don't know, man. Something ain't sitting right with me about this deal. You know, so I mean, gotta find out. See if I get some people up in here, man. Real quick and everything. So yeah, but we gotta find out what this deal mean, man. What does this deal really mean? For what does it say about Kaminga? What does it say about certain guys? You know that feel like they can contribute to a higher level. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, 21, 11, and 9 for Josh Giddey since the All Star break is nothing short of impressive. Nothing short of impressive. But I think we are seeing a lot of renditions of this game, and what teams would like to have at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Because if we went out and picked up Yegor and the Bulls went out and paid Josh Giddey, then you know what's it all about? You got to ask yourself what is it all about, man? What is it all about? Because it seemed like this is the year where a lot of teams are locking up their playmakers. They're facilitating guys that could possibly lead the offense. Josh Giddey. It was said that he was in the way of SGA. Him and SGA can't play together, and that might have been proven true. I think it was proven true, man. They just won a championship the second that they got rid of him, and they on a very fast trajectory, even as champions. You know. Mm. So what does this mean? What does this mean for the rest of this year's unrestricted free agents? Guys like Quentin Grimes, who's putting up numbers, meaningless numbers, and still feel like he deserves some money. I feel like the only time you could put up meaningless numbers is in your first year. That's the only time you could do it. Oh man. So I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man, in the chat. So um actually, yeah. So I don't think I could possibly get nobody up in here today. He said, yep. My man Ice, shout out to my man Iceman and Dawn from the tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. He said, yep, they locking up their guards. I don't think it's more so that they locking up their guards. They more so locking up guys that they know that can facilitate and can at least move the ball and somewhat run the offense. That guys that they think that can run the offense. Josh Giddey could definitely run the offense. I don't think it's any more guards and for like I think the game is so positionless that you mess around and blink, you're gonna see a 6'11" dude, on some Ben Simmons shit or some Magic Johnson shit, just dishing the pill and moving the pill around. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like a little bit different this time around, man. I think the roles are different, the heights, the player builds. There's players that could sit in the dunk box and play off of other star players and play in the dunk box and layup box all day, and they only 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Then you got your tall marksman guys that can block shots. So it's all types of crazy today. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody was capable of just blinking and then fast forward in 20 something, 25, 30 years, and then seeing a 7 foot dude that was going to be the best passer on a championship team. Because that's exactly what Nikola Jokic was. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Maybe is the league getting away from the little itty bitty Steph Curry, let's jack up threes type of players, and moving on to height, like, yo, I think the league is moving back to big guards, to the big guards now, because you got Giddy at 6'8", you got Luca at 6'7", about 6'7", you got SGA at 6'6", we got Jaeger possibly at 6'9", whatever, how tall he is. Giannis is most likely gonna be running point for the Bucks. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get my man Ice up here. If he come up, I don't know if Ice gonna come up. Hold on, send Ice the link just to just chat a little bit, man. I got a little bit of time. Yeah, so I'm Ice. I send you the journal on Twitter. So if you want to pop up in here, just give you 2 cents on what this 100 million dollars means. So we really, really, really got. I think it's really, really, really eye opening to know that the Bulls, like, not only was able to flip their team and get a new core, you know, without really, really going deep in the shitter, but how the roles gonna work. You know what I'm saying? What are going to be the roles of this team? Or is Kobe White going to be your shooter guy? You know what I'm saying? So, little stuff, little things that you got to add on to the process, man. Ice, yo, what up?
Yo, what's good?
Ain't shit, man. I finally got a day off, man. I just need some time to pod, man. I'm probably do some Thursday night football tomorrow. Packers play because I get off at around 6, man. I don't got my trying to let go of some of these jobs, man. Get some work from home, but oh man, we talked about it. It's already in the air. The 4 years, 100 mil that Josh Giddey got. Very, very, very patient management team that he got over there, because he was looking at 4 years, 80, and he got the 4 years, 100. On the Bulls seem to have their core locked in. Their young core locked in. 22-year-old Josh Giddey, 4 years, 100 mil. They got Bazalas. They still got Kobe White. They got drafted Noah Senge. What does this mean for Kaminga? What does this say about Kaminga and Grimes and the other guys that still guess they trying to get their long-term contract? What does this say to them?
That still a market thing, but you know what I'm saying. Timing is everything, and a team valuing you is everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just could be the market, like it is now for Cam and them. But I still like for some reason I think Cam should have waited just a little bit longer. He probably could have got a little bit more since we have a little bit more cap space left. And just like they gave Zaire and Dayron 500K extra, like I think he could have got a little bit more money. But Quentin Grimes and them, I don't think they're on the same level as Josh Giddey. You know what I mean? So that makes a difference of the numbers he was putting up all total.
Right. Yeah, because I was looking at some of what Josh Giddey was doing from All Star break. I think from like January all the way to the end of the season. I think he was doing 21, 11, and 9 or something like that. Man, I ain't gonna lie. He did some good percentage, good assist to turnover ratio. It seemed like the NBA is going back to big guards, man, because we seeing a lot of it going on. We The Steph Curry epidemic is starting to disappear and fade away. We seeing guys like Dame, fall to injury. We seeing Halliburton fall to an injury, even though he's a tall guard. Steph is basically, you know, in the twilight of his years. When you look at the landscape of us drafting Yegor, 22-year-old, a 19-year-old Yegor got drafted by us. 22-year-old Giddy got his money. You still got Luca, who's a big guard. You still got SGA, who just won a championship. Like, what's the what's is there a league still left for the little guards like the 6'2s, the 6'3s got guys to flourish and do what the big guards is doing? Because it seems like the big guards is the way right now.
Yeah, they still league and there's still spots for the little guards. You know what I'm saying? Like Katie talked about it. They got to come in and be like Pat Bev, defense all the way. You know what I mean? Like the young generation, they're getting taller anyways. You know what I mean? I mean 6 foot, 6 foot to 6'5" is always going to be guards. You know what I'm saying? Point guards for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually
Right.
that's like the average height for those guys. But those guys now are getting taller and they get more skills. So I think the league is going to naturally get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Naturally get taller because these dudes is tall as hell right now.
Right, right. They definitely tall in hell. But another thing that I'm seeing from the taller guards is their ability to process the floor as playmakers. When you seeing what Lucan can do, we already know what Josh Giddey can do. We seeing what big guards in the past, like your man Ben Simmons, who was 6'9", 6'10". See what he could do as a passer. It seemed like these dudes, offensively, they're looking to, get their other guys paid first with their passing and their playmaking and their distributing, as opposed to a Brunson, who's out there to put up 27 and 30, as opposed to John Morant, who, he could definitely dish out the ball, but you know what he could do first, man. As opposed to Steph, who's out there to shoot to let that bitch fly. You know what I'm saying? The only other point guard I could think of that's between that 6 foot and 6'4" height, that greater the distributor, is probably with Trey Young, bro. Like, is the league getting a little bit too tall and a little bit too athletic and a little bit too more wingspan for them to be the players that the Lucas and the SGAs and that the Lucas and the SGAs are today?
Nah, because those are, you know what I'm saying? Those are only certain type of guys that you see every now and again that, you know what I'm saying, be in the league like that. So, you know what I mean? Every once in a while you'll get a Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? Every now and again you'll get a LeBron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those guys don't come around that often. So you more see, you know what I mean, a combo guard. I think the point guard is just a real, you know what I'm saying, regular point guard, floor general. I think that's what we losing. And you get more the combo guards, more the scoring, you know what I'm saying, more the scoring type guards than you just have a floor general. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah, because I looked at what Halliburton was doing this past year. I looked at his ability to not only keep his team in the numbers range, man. When you looked at that Pacers team, you saw like six to seven different guys that was capable of scoring 10 points a game, double digits every game, and they eventually made the playoffs, and they became basically an injury away and a game seven away from winning it all against a team, and basically with a point guard on the other team is basically controlling everything, but they was mostly a different barometer. What my thing is, when I look at the Lucas, when I look at Halliburton, when I look at even Josh Giddey, I look at these guys as some of the best multi-dimensional guys for their team, in terms of, all right, yo, these guys is gonna make sure everybody eat. Do I see the same with a lot of the little guards compared to them? I don't know, man. I'm definitely seeing a trend going on to where the bigger guards is more willing and more capable of getting everybody involved than the little guards, because it's a lot going on to where they don't really have the advantages that the big guards have. I don't know, man. Like, it just seemed that way to me. But yeah, but like this contract. to me, I think it sets a precedent that if you are willing to if you are willing to fill up the stat sheet, if you willing to go in there, stick your nose in there and go rebound, if you willing to go out there and get 8+ assists and 9+ rebounds and 15 points and keep everybody involved, I think everything that Josh Giddey is doing is where the league is going. I don't think they just looking for dudes that could just fill up the score, fill up their own scoring board anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, Quentin Grimes, Cam Thomas, to me, where's they 15, 20 mil a year? So I mean, I don't know, man. Like it just seemed that way to me. But yeah, I don't know, man. Man, this is a funny situation with it. Like, I think the league is basically telling those type of players, those scoring type of players, and we were seeing Grimes go off for like 40 points, 30 something points last year. The same way we were seeing Cam Thomas go off for 40 something points in the year when KD left. My thing is what is to me is to you. What do you think the front office is valuing more? Are they valuing guys that could fill up the stat sheet all across the board, or they valuing guys more that could just score?
They value guys that can do. See, I think like I forget the dude on our team that was saying some of the how teams are moving towards guys that can do everything. And it's not that they value. I think they value guys that can do more. They also value the scoring, but you got to be able to make. You know what I'm saying? If like I said about Cam, if you're able to score and know that you're able to get a bucket and get your team involved, and knowing when you can get a bucket instead of you just going out there scoring, I think it's all mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because Cam has a when I come off the bench, all I want to do is score. Instead of saying I'm not worried about me. Let me like I heard Jamal Crawford used to say same thing about him warming up. I shoot a mid range and do like that. You know what I'm saying? Get myself warmed up. And then, but I know I got to get the other guys involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's more important? They want to value more of a team guy. You know what I'm saying? If you be
Right.
a team guy, I will let you go off and get these buckets. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know when I want you to do this in times. And I think that's what they value guys that have high IQ, unselfish, and guys like Cam, you know what I'm saying? If he can't change that, he'll end up being like he'll probably end up being a six man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where his value that have and the Quentin Grimes might end up in the same situation. You know, I'm too like
Yeah. Uh-oh. I think did he lag out? Yep. Oh yeah, he might have lagged out. Ah, damn it. He lagged out. So yo, I'm actually about to close the show. Shout out to my man Ice. Because Ice was in the background, man. Probably had some stuff going on, but shout out to my man Ice. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I will be back. I'm gonna try to do some greater streams, man. Here go Ice go. My bad. Yeah, my bad, bro. I was shit, I don't even know what happened. I was like, damn, he got clipped.
yeah, it dropped me off. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I probably got to get back on StreamYard soon. Get off this phone, but yeah. Well, go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying Cam and Quentin Grimes, if they can't get their mentality and team game down to a spar, they will end up six man. So I was saying the guys that can do multiple things, like how we drafted Yegor and Drake, guys that, you know what I'm saying, get other people involved a lot. If Cam and Quentin Grimes don't do that, then they're most, you know what I'm saying, most likely to be a six man, and Cam don't want to do that.
Yeah, I said the same thing too, but I think it comes down to other elements of Cam Thomas's game that he just doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and as a two guard in this league, because that's what he is, and I would like to think Quentin Grimes is the same thing. Quentin Grimes is about a good 6'4", 6'5", something around that. So I think what they value to the professional game, to the league right now, to me, is basically that of, all right, yo, let's come off the bench, let me go score, and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is. Damn, I lost ice again. Yeah, let me end this stream, man. I'ma holla at y'all later. You see, you come back. Uh, whew. Mm, leave. Yeah. Okay. All right. Close that. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint kicked me again, bro.
Yeah. Nah. Don't worry about it. I was about to do my send off anyway because I gotta run to the ID place. But
All right.
but yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Definitely man, we me and Ice gonna talk about this more and more later on. I'm starting to get I need to get a new damn computer, man. I work at a renter center, man, so I'll probably get me one real soon. Once they get one of them new joints, I'll get up, man. I get my podcast back in order, man, because need to drop these damn jobs. They taking up too much of my time right now. So, but the money is good. The idea is good. The area is good, man. So I'm gonna be all right, man. Appreciate Ice coming through.
Uh,
Ice, you can find him on TikTok. You can find him on YouTube. You can find me here, youtube.com/@ Leaf4788. Appreciate everybody that like, share, subscribe to the page. All 310 subscribers and more. Appreciate everybody on TikTok, everybody on Twitter, twitter.com or x.com / at Leaf4788. I find me there. Ice, tell them where they can find you the rest of the day.
yo, y'all can find me on TikTok, YouTube, the Tip Off for Brooklyn Nets podcast. I heard.
Definitely. And definitely shout out to everybody in Nets land. Shout out to everybody that does Nets content. Shout out to everybody in the NBA content, man. I'm gonna definitely try to get the football game tomorrow night. Packers versus the Commanders tomorrow night, and I'm trying to lock that in. Y'all stay tuned. I'm out of here. Peace.